This is a true story. In January of 1944, while Allied planners were preparing the deception campaign around D-Day, two American planners in London, Colonel Billy Harris and Major Ralph Ingersoll, helped shape a strange idea. Build a battlefield unit whose main weapon was not firepower. It was belief. On January 20, 1944, the U.S. Army activated that unit at Camp Forrest, Tennessee, under Colonel Harry Reeder. They called them the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. History remembers them as the Ghost Army. About 1,100 men went into Europe with a job that sounds impossible now: make German observers believe a larger American force was standing somewhere it was not. And the wild part is, it worked. In World War II, the United States built an army that could disappear into a truck. Not a metaphor, an actual fake army. It had tanks you could fold, cannons made of rubber, radio operators pretending to be entire divisions, and speakers loud enough to make an empty road sound like 40 tons of steel were rolling through the dark. Most units went to war with rifles, maps, and orders. These guys showed up with paint, plywood, air pumps, sound records, fake patches, and the kind of confidence you need to park an inflatable tank in a field and hope the enemy buys the performance. Their job was not to win a battle by charging forward. Their job was to make someone watching from miles away believe the battle was somewhere else. At night, they staged convoys. In the morning, they left tracks in the mud. They set up fake headquarters in barns and farmhouses. They wore the wrong unit patches on purpose, walked around where spies could see them, and talked on radios as if thousands of troops were nearby. Then the sound crews came in. Giant speakers played recordings of engines, bridge building, trucks, and soldiers moving through the fog. From a distance, it sounded real. That was the trick. War is terrifying up close, but from far away it is also guessing. A shadow, a rumor, a noise in the valley. The Ghost Army turned that uncertainty into a weapon. While enemy eyes watched the fake tanks, real soldiers moved somewhere else. While radios chased phantom units, actual units crossed rivers, changed positions, and stayed alive. And after each performance, the whole army packed itself back into boxes, fold the tank, roll the canvas, load the speakers, hide the patches, move to the next road. For decades, almost nobody could talk about it. The artists went home, the actors went home, the radio men went home, the secret stayed locked away. Then the story finally opened. An army made from sound, fabric, paint, and nerve had helped save lives by pretending to be bigger than it was. That is the part that sticks. This happened in 1944 and 1945 from Normandy toward the Rhine. It matters because the Ghost Army turned confusion into protection, pulling enemy attention away from real Allied movement. The idea belonged to planners like Harris and Ingersoll. The command belonged to Reeder and the officers who ran the unit. But the responsibility for making the impossible look real belonged to the 1,100 men of the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. Sometimes history turns on a tank, and sometimes history turns on a tank full of air.